Atlanta News First Plus starts now with the First Alert Weather Day.
Alrighty, everyone. I am First Alert Meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi. You're looking out over our Midtown skyline right now, where you do notice a difference, right, compared to yesterday. Seeing cloudy skies taking over the city there, and that's going to help keep our temperatures a little bit cooler through the day today. Today is still a First Alert weather day, though. We are giving it a low impact on your day because while it is still going to be hot, we do still have a heat advisory until 8 o'clock for just about the entire region. It's not going to be quite as hot as yesterday. We already have a few showers out there right now north of the city up towards Lake Lanier and into the mountains, and expect more storms to develop tonight. Most of the storms will more than likely impact late tonight after sunset. It's not going to have a huge impact on you, but if you're a late commuter, if you're like us and you work kind of weird schedules and you commute late at night, you could be impacted by those storms. So let's first talk about the heat. Here's a look at that heat advisory. Again, yesterday they being the National Weather Service, extended this until 8 o'clock tonight. Now, they did take out some counties. That includes Dawson County, Forsyth County, Hall County. The mountains still not included in this heat advisory. You've been below that criteria all week long, but all the way down towards Eatonton, over to LaGrange, including the city of Atlanta. This is for feels like temperatures upwards of 105 degrees. I don't think we're necessarily going to make it there in the city of Atlanta today, but it will still feel closer to the triple digits through the afternoon. So let's take you through 1, 2 o'clock, where temperatures will feel more like the mid to upper 90s. Here's a look at 3 p.m., kind of middle of your day, heat of the day, feeling more like 102 in Covington and Eatonton, 98 in Atlanta, 100 in LJ, 99 in Rome. So it is still going to feel hot and humid out there, despite the fact that we'll have more cloud cover. It's going to just kind of lock in all that moisture. And even at 8 o'clock tonight, if you do have any dinner plans this evening, still going to feel more like the low to even mid 90s the further south of the city you go. So another sticky, very summer-like day today. Now, the reason that our rain chance has started to go down is because of this. We've been watching this trough, which is essentially just a little extra lift in the atmosphere, a little kink in the atmosphere that helps promote more widespread rain. That's moved a little further off to the south and west than what we originally anticipated. So our moisture and our kind of focal point for storms just isn't necessarily parked over us anymore. It's more so focused closer to the coast. So the rain chance will be higher over along the Mississippi and Alabama coastline, but that doesn't mean we won't have a chance for showers today, because we will still be hot and humid enough for those storms to develop through the afternoon. So 5 o'clock for your evening commute, just a few spotty storms out there, and then going around and after sunset, that's when our greatest chance for rain will be. So again, if you're a really late commuter, after 11 p.m. is when our rain chance, I think, is the greatest, and that could lead to some ponding in the roadways. And so again, if you're a late commuter, we're just more concerned that there could be some overnight flooding. Some of these storms could carry gusty wind and maybe take down some additional trees. We saw that last night. That could happen again tonight in any of the storms that develop. So we just want to give you a heads up. You know, when you're asleep and you're not paying attention to the weather, sometimes you can wake up and be like, oh my gosh, what happened? I didn't even know about it. We want to make sure you know about it, right? Going into tomorrow, mostly dry for the morning. Can't let a few showers in the mountains again tomorrow morning, and maybe some patchy fog from the overnight rain. But then look at this. Tomorrow, scattered storms more widespread. Essentially, we're going to have this piece of energy out ahead of a cold front. That's going to promote more showers and storms tomorrow. So it does look like tomorrow will end up being stormier than today, especially from Atlanta off to the north. These aren't going to be quick moving showers. So especially if you get some of that heavy rain to fall for 30 minutes to an hour over the city of Atlanta, that usually causes some issues in the roadways, some ponding in the roadways. So that's something we'll be concerned about tomorrow. And then we'll dry out after sunset on Thursday. Now, going into this weekend, we have a big pattern change. Friday, a cold front moves in. That's going to bring a chance for scattered showers and storms on Friday. Handful of students go back to school on Friday. That doesn't include Atlanta Public Schools. They go back on Monday, but Chattooga County, among a handful of others, do go back on Friday. So some scattered storms will be possible for that ride home from school on Friday. We'll be able to really fine-tune the timing better starting tomorrow, so then you parents can plan, do you need to pick up the kids from school or not, especially if they go to aftercare. But then on Saturday, we'll continue our First Alert Weather Day, because a very rare phenomenon is going to set up. And it's not rare in the fall time, but this time of year, it's very strange to get these wedges of cool air. We talk about them all the time in the fall. We don't talk about them a lot in the summer. So an area of high pressure is going to build in behind this cold front. That's going to spill in cooler air off the Appalachian Mountains. So essentially cooler air from the north, going to spill in, run up against the mountains, and then spill into North Georgia. Usually when these set up, that gives you kind of a cloudy, cool, damp, drizzly, showery kind of day, and that's exactly what we're expecting on Saturday. So while Saturday I don't think is going to be a washout, it's not going to be the nicest day to get out and explore. But if you do have any Saturday plans, I wouldn't say go and cancel them, but we'll be watching the forecast carefully. I think the best news of it all, regardless, is this is going to usher in cooler air. We hit 100 degrees yesterday, and we're looking at temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s this weekend. A literal 180 in the forecast. So overall, 84 degrees on Saturday, cloudy and showery. We're drier on Sunday, but Sunday with a high of 78 degrees is the coolest day that we'll have since late May. So really an abnormally cool weekend on the way for this upcoming weekend. Sunday, the better day to get out and about. Just want to note, so this is obviously an abnormally cool start to August. We're normally around 90 degrees this time of year. We haven't had other than one day. So let me word this right because I'm going to confuse everybody. So 84 degrees is the second coolest August 2nd we've had in the last 10 years. The only cooler day we've had to kick off August was 77 degrees. So definitely not normal for us here in North Georgia, but we'll take it after melting this week. So here's a look at your First Alert 7-day forecast. A string of First Alert weather days. We just want to let you know that we're entering into this very unsettled pattern. And with these heavy downpours and some gusty wind that's really been kind of developing within these storms, we just want to give you the heads up that you need to be weather aware the next couple of days, as that could lead to some ponding in the roadways, maybe some down trees, highs in the low 90s all the way through the end of the week, with cooler weather entering in on Saturday and Sunday. And even next week, we'll hold on to highs only in the low 80s for most of Metro Atlanta to go back to school starting Monday, looking mostly dry on Monday outside of an isolated afternoon storm, with highs staying in the low 80s. So overall, a much different pattern setting up going into the back half of the week, into the upcoming weekend. August starting off abnormally cool, but it does look like Tuesday and beyond, Wednesday and beyond, our temperatures are just going to go right back up. We could very well be back in the mid-90s by the end of next week. So the roller coaster continues. Just hold on tight. This is Georgia for everybody, okay? It happens all the time. Go cool, hot, rainy, dry, just the way it is in the South. Get a little bit of everything. All right, so stay weather aware today. Again, today, really, the temperature is going to be cooler, but still some of you are going to feel hotter than 100 degrees today, so it is going to be a steamy day with those storms developing tonight, so that could, again, lead to some additional down trees through the overnight hours. We just want to make sure that you're hyper aware of that, as a lot of you will be sleeping as a lot of these storms will be rolling through. But a low impact on your day as a lot of you are heading out and about. Okay, continue to stay updated on the forecast in the First Alert Weather app. Of course, you can stay updated on all of our top stories and what's happening on the Atlanta News First app and atlantanewsfirst.com, a great resource for you. I hope you make it a wonderful Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, everyone, and we'll catch you here next time.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text WEATHER to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.